Hi, welcome to Driving TV, and I hope you are well. In this video, I like to talk to you and help you with clutch control. Now, many learners in the beginning, when they are learning in a manual car, they find clutch is the most difficult to learn. It is the most difficult for them to master. It takes the most time for them to learn the clutch control. So I have created this video for you to practice so you could master the clutch control, so you could perfect the clutch control. First, I will explain to you and then I will show you how it's done for you to perfect the clutch control, for you to master the clutch control. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. So let's start the lesson. Okay, so let's talk about the clutch control. I'm not giving you the mechanical side of the clutch because I'm not making you a mechanic. You as a driver don't need to know how the clutch works in terms of the mechanical side. You as a driver need to know what is a clutch, what is a clutch control, and how to do the clutch control for you to drive a car. So that's the side I'm going to cover in this video, how to master a clutch control. So this video is all about you as a driver, how to practice to make your clutch better or how to improve your clutch control. Now you have three pedals on a manual car, A, B, C. A for accelerator, B for brake, and C for clutch. Now when I teach or when we teach, we don't call it accelerator as much because it's long. We call it gas pedal because that's what it does. When you press it, it gives gas to the engine. But in the books, you will find A for accelerator, B for brake, and C for clutch. So these are the three pedals that you need for you to drive a manual car. Now for you to practice the clutch control or master the clutch control, it's always best to park your car on a slightly hill and make sure you have some stretch. There's no car parked in front of you so that you have some space to practice. There's no car in front of you. So find a hill where there is no car in front and you have some stretch for you to do the practice of the clutch control. The next thing you need to know is how do you move the car? How do you move the car from a stationary position? Many would say you move the car with the accelerator or the gas pedal. But actually the reality is, the truth is, you move the car with a clutch. Unless you bring the clutch to the biting point, the car will not move. So it's not the gas. Even if you give the gas full down to the floor, the car will not move. You move the car with the clutch. Now the way you do that, for you to practice the clutch control, is put the clutch down to the floor, all the way down to the floor, go to first gear, and then press the gas until it goes to 1500 rev. Then you bring the clutch up to the biting point, and the biting point is around halfway in the middle of your clutch. It's around halfway. So this is the point where it is roughly where the biting point is. So for you to feel the bite, you bring the clutch up slowly until you find the biting point. And the way you know where the biting is, because when the clutch comes up to the biting, the front of your car or the bonnet will raise up or goes up a little, and also the noise of the engine will change a little, and that's how you will know the biting point. So bring the clutch up to the biting. Once you know where the biting point is, you take the handbrake off. Now the secret is for you to find the biting and for you to move the car off smoothly or control the car with clutch is to take the handbrake off slower than normal. So press the button of the handbrake and don't release the handbrake. Just go down really slowly. As you release, you will feel if the car is not on the biting or not. Because if the clutch is slightly below the biting, the car will start to go back. And if it's slightly above the biting, the car will start to go forward. So as you take the handbrake off, if the car wants to go back, it means the clutch needs to come up a little. And if it wants to go forward, it means it needs to go down a little. So as you take the handbrake off, adjust your clutch so the car doesn't go back or forward. And that is the point where the biting point is. Once you know the biting, take the handbrake off all the way down and keep your feet still, which is the clutch on the bite and the gas is at 1500 rev. And then practice few times holding the clutch where it is, which is at the biting, fraction clutch up, and then car will start to go forward, fraction clutch down below, which is the biting point again, and the car will stop again. Bring it up again little bit, the car will go forward, push it down again to the biting and will stop again. And do that few times, and this practice will help you master the clutch control. And that's how you practice, and that's how you master the clutch control, just to get the feel of the biting point and moving the car with the clutch slightly up and down. Now in the next part, I will show you how this is done in practice. So watch the next part of the video, which I'm going to show you now how this is done in practice. Okay, so for you to practice the clutch control, get your car parked up nicely on a hill, and once you're ready, put the clutch down to the floor, and then you go to first gear. Once you've done that, you set the gas, which is around 1500 rev. So you take the rev around 1500 and then you keep your feet still, because that's how much you need for you to do the clutch control. Once you've done that, you bring the clutch up halfway, which is the biting point. And this is why you need to master finding the biting point, like I said. So bring up to the biting. Once you know that's the bite, and then the handbrake. So up a little, then you press the button, and then take the handbrake off really slowly, but not all the way down. Just really slowly down to the point where you feel where the biting is. If you feel the car wants to go back, it means the clutch needs to come up a little. If the car wants to go forward, it means it needs to go down a little. Once you adjust that and it's not going forward or backward, it means that is the biting. Once you got that, take the handbrake down all the way and take your both hands on the wheel, and then just practice the clutch from the biting point. So up a little, car will go forward a little, down a little to the biting, and the car will stop again. Do that few times or even many times until you fully understand what is clutch control and how to do the clutch control, because this is a must. Okay, that's it for today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do give a thumbs up and please do make a comment on the channel. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos, and hope to see you again on the next video. Bye for now.